Um, IMT is known for its marketing, and it's among the best colleges that you have currently in country. I also have a brother, cousin brother, who is a pass out of IMT 2012. So due to that, I knew the culture of IMT, and I was very excited to be the part of it.
Life has been very happening, very hectic, very busy. Something or the other keeps happening all the time, and on top of that, there's academics, and we are taught to. There's a sort of responsibility that the institute pushes on us, and we are taught to handle these responsibilities by ourselves without having any guide like we did as kids, and it's a great learning experience.
I feel like what I've learned, because I do have work ex. Uh, so they are very smart individuals over here. You have people coming from all the backgrounds. There are people who have come from different countries as well. Uh, so you get a different perspective. You get to sit with these amazing minds, and that helps you develop your own point of view, and your it adds to your culture. I mean, your culture's views as well.
So this is your second term here at IMT. So what vision do you have for IMT Ghaziabad over the next 5-10 years? You've done enough in the past. Everybody has spoken about you very, you know, very energetically. What has been the new chapter like?
See, IMT is an institution which has got a legacy.
Yes.
It's a 45-year-old institution and very strong uh, alumni base, very strong industry integration, very capable faculty, and a very supporting board. So these are the strengths, if I have to say, and of course the campus life and the students. However, now that the technology is changing very fast, I think there are four priorities that we have identified.
What are these?
Number one, we would like to look at our curriculum which should be in alignment with the evolving needs of the industry.
Okay.
So we are actually working on a report which is what will be the future of work like in the Indian context, and given that, what should be the curriculum? We are actually surveying our alumni, our recruiting partners, and uh, some of the industries which are coming up new, plus the benchmarking of some of the top institutions, okay, both international and national, and to see how the curriculum should be going forward. And when I say curriculum, it has three components. One is the content, second is the pedagogy, and third is the assessment. So all three we are looking at. That's number one priority. The second priority to us is to make the campus uh, much more uh, youthful in the sense that uh, when you have got a legacy, okay, there are certain structures which evolve over a period of time.
Right.
But you need to continuously change. And when we say youthful, means that it should be a digital campus.
Right.
Okay. So because today's generation is very different, and right now we are sitting in the library and we have the Bloomberg's lab right behind. Now this library itself needs to be repurposed. Okay, because today's generation reads in a different medium, not necessarily the books. Okay, maybe on the iPad. Okay, or a tab. So the that's for the second phase is how do you make this campus
More youth
more
oriented.
youth oriented and more digitally savvy,
Okay.
at the same time create those spaces where human interactions are more facilitated.
Okay.
Okay. The third priority is internationalization. Okay. Uh, we are, uh, I think, third or the fourth institution which was accredited by AACSB. We have got strong partnerships. We have got a dual country program where students study 1 year in India and 1 year in Dubai. Now we are extending that. Okay, an opportunity to study in India, Dubai, maybe in Europe or US, like that. Okay, 60 students last year of a 2 year program actually went and spent one term also in our European and American partners. Our executive PGDM program students, they spend one full term. That is a requirement. Okay, abroad. But we are now looking at specific areas where we can focus. Okay, for example, we recently signed with Avian City in Paris, which is a specialized institution in the area of AI. Okay, and we thought that such collaborations will help both our faculty and our students to have a very different kind of exposure and experience. So not just going to a different context or a different country, but also to learn things which are coming up new, okay, which is not readily available in the Indian context, and which can enhance the career opportunities of our graduates. It's one side. And second, our faculty also learns new things from what is happening elsewhere. I think that's the uh, third priority. And the fourth priority is we have got a very strong alumni base. Okay. Now, there are positions like CEOs, CXOs, and quite a few are very, very successful entrepreneurs. Given that we need to uh, enhance the alumni engagement in a manner that we as an institution facilitate the formation of an ecosystem where our alumni, our industry partners, our NGO partners, our international partners, and the institution together creates an ecosystem where learning remains lifelong. See, the biggest change that has happened is MBA today is not a finishing qualification. Okay. With new things coming up, today we call about the half-life of knowledge. So the knowledge has become very perishable. Okay, which means there is a requirement to learn continuously. And the idea of the alumni engagement to make sure that we can cater to that evolving need in terms of the new skills to be acquired by those who have graduated, and on the other hand, the alumni contributing towards mentoring to bring in the new skills, to reverse mentor our own faculty, our own students, to learn from them, the existing students, and of course to facilitate new ideas, like the Alumni Association of IMT Ghaziabad is very keen in facilitating entrepreneurship and creating an accelerator program here at IMT Ghaziabad. I think those are the areas. These four becomes our priority. Number one, curriculum in alignment with the evolving industry need. Number two is the whole issue of digital transformation and a new age campus to cater to the new youth. Number three, in terms of the international exposure. And number four, a stronger alumni engagement.
So you rightly said that people are not very happy with the way curriculum has shaped up in most schools. So it is not in alignment with what the industry has done. Industry has progressed by leaps and bounds. So are you going to attract the foreign students as well? Is that what your goal is also?
Eventually, yes.
Okay.
See, India has this advantage of a demographic dividend, so we have got a large application pool. Okay, but we need to attract international students because we need to learn the, I would say, the way how to attract international students.
Okay.
Okay, we get exchange students, a lot of exchange students, but as full-time participants, how to attract international students
That is an ongoing
is
thing.
something which Indian institutions need to learn.
Okay.
And I think that is something, is a developmental agenda which will take time, but over a period of time you will be able to do it.
You said something very interesting. A lot of students, once they get a job, their placements in the campus itself, they get a very good job, but mostly based on a fat salary. But once they're done with it, they don't know how to go forward because by the time they're doing the second or third job, they don't know how to, navigate. So you said, you were teaching them life skills so which help them evolve better and better each passing year.
See, today, uh, the, I would say what I earlier used to say to be termed as soft skills, today has become hard skills.
Hard skills.
Because judgment, decision making, empathy, uh, the human qualities, okay, of being a good team worker, okay, these are the important qualities which will be very relevant going forward. And for that, the curriculum needs to be providing opportunities for the learners to experience, where they can interact with people, interact with different contexts, maybe uh, with entrepreneurial organizations, startups, with NGOs, and to learn human skills. Okay, because you see, earlier the decision, the analysis came in a packet, and you look at a case, you have all the data there, and then you take a call.
Right.
Today, the whole context has become little ambiguous. Okay, and there is so much data, so much analysis. Which one to choose?
Yes.
Okay, how do you create multiple propositions? Okay, and how to operate within that ambiguous situation? So you have to plan not just for with available data, but which is something which is not readily available. For that, I think it is very important that the understanding of how the scenarios can evolve, and there's so much of uncertainty, whether it's a geopolitics or technology. I think the key factor becomes the ability to learn, which means learning to learn.
Unlearn
Okay.
and learn.
Continuous learn.
That's right.
Okay. And I think we need to create an agenda for lifelong learning and uh, develop an ability in our learners to learn, like learning to learn. I think that is the key piece.
That is the key.
And that is the biggest challenge in the curriculum design.
Right. So you come from a completely different background. Of course, you've been to Bangalore, you've been to Ahmedabad, you've been here also in the past. So are there any leadership challenges that you face here in terms of culture, for instance? Are there any challenges that you have faced, or what has been the biggest challenge since becoming director, and how do you plan to address it, if any?
See, because this is a known place,
Yeah.
so I think the faculty here is extremely good, committed, and extremely supportive.
Okay.
The staff here, is there for a very long duration, and they are highly committed individuals and capable individuals. The institute is a very vibrant institution, and normally people say that IMT never sleeps. Okay. And the student community runs most of the activities. There are so many clubs and committees, they run majority of the activities. And alumni is engaged.
All the time.
So I don't see much of a challenge as such.
Okay.
The challenge is that how do we create a uh, common agenda for which everybody walks in a same direction. And I think that was the initial challenge. So we had uh, off-site meetings with faculty, staff, everybody together to work on an agenda going forward
Towards the same goal.
towards the same goal. And I think we achieved that alignment pretty well. I don't find much of a challenge. Otherwise, I could not have been free to chat.
So how do you measure success for IMT and for yourself? Is that what your goal is also, to take it to the next level, to a direction where there are only gains?
See, the success of IMT is the success of the alumni and the faculty. Okay. How are our faculty being looked up by the larger community?
Right.
Okay. The respect that the faculty commands the larger community, the difference that our alumni makes to the society and to the industry they are working, that defines the success of the institution. Like the success of the alumni and the success of the faculty determines the success of the institution. And if my faculty and the alumni are successful, then I think that is the biggest satisfaction that one can draw.
But success also depends on making IIT relevant throughout, IMT relevant throughout.
I think
In a rapidly changing scenario.
I think that is a continuous process, and the fact that we have maintained our position and we keep on, rediscovering ourselves. I think the faculty, the professional staff, our alumni, and the students, uh, with a very supportive board, works continuously to remain relevant. See, one of the biggest advantage of being in an institution like this, we get very good students.
Right.
Okay, number one. And most of the time, the students make sure that we remain relevant, because there is a pressure of the student, pressure of the alumni, and there is a peer pressure on the faculty. So that vibrant culture is what keeps us relevant and keeps us young also.
Yeah, but there must be a challenge, like, theoretical foundations sometimes don't align with practical skills, because it's a fast changing world. How do you make sure that the children, the students here, they remain what your focus is on?
See, fundamentals never change. For example, if you take marketing, segmentation, targeting, positioning, the principles of branding, okay, working on a sales funnel, it will remain the way it is. Okay, media will change, new technology will evolve, but it will all remain the same. Just look at what happened to Starbucks. Okay, Starbucks got a CEO from a very renowned consulting firm.
Yeah.
Okay, and they focused on relentless efficiency. What happened? They had a loss of market capitalization to the tune of almost 30 billion. And after that, the CEO was replaced.
Yeah.
What was not understood was the essence of the Starbucks brand. Okay, that what is that the business of Starbucks is. Correct. So, which means what? The fundamentals of branding, fundamentals of understanding the consumers were missed in that case. And I'm talking about a uh, very successful global company.
I know.
Okay. So the fundamentals will never change. And industry will also evolve. And all the time there will be some kind of a gap somewhere. Okay. However, the successful ones are those who can be comfortable in the gap and know how to bridge the gap. I think our students have the right exposure and the right, I would say, inputs to be comfortable in the gap.
Okay. So are there any special programs that you spend IIT is prioritizing right now?
In terms of priorities, as I said, that we will be open at how the curriculum comes up. Okay,
Besides AI and digital transformation
and
technology.
see, digital transformation is not with respect to the curriculum. It is with respect to how we function. See, for example, earlier we have, we used to work with transparency slides.
Hmm.
Then came the PCs. Then came the laptop. Okay, then came the mobile. So see, did anybody train anybody to how to operate a mobile? No. People learn on their own. Okay. So those things will be there because new devices, new tech will come and people will learn. And there is so much of also learning resources available. People learn. So whether it's the students, whether the faculty, the staff, they will continuously learn and we will facilitate that. But the special focus, if you ask me, is to recruit high quality faculty and will be on faculty development. I think that is the key piece. Our focus will be on faculty development and recruiting and retaining high quality faculty. We have, we had recently done a full workshop, in-house workshop by inviting faculty from top schools like Harvard, etc. We are, supporting our faculty to go and get the latest training in some of the best schools. So our focus will be on recruiting good faculty and developing the faculty and supporting the faculty. If faculty development is there and the faculty are current, faculty are relevant, and the quality of uh, the faculty is good in terms of their commitment to teaching, learning, and learner success, the rest everything follows. I think that will be the key focus on faculty development.
Okay. So how would you perceive IMT Ghaziabad's standing, in terms of its standing against all the B schools in India?
See, each institution is unique. I never would say who is against whom.
As a brand.
Okay. As a brand, we have got a very good traction. We get around 25,000 applications, and our GMAT cutoff, okay, for the program, for a 2-year program is 690, which is very high, which means that there is a very high degree of acceptance from the aspirants. We have a very good acceptance from the recruiters. Okay, and the fact that our students have continuously won. You look at it, last year L'Oreal Brandstorm, our students have been the champion, national champion. You look at the L'Oreal Brandstorm, not just in India but in the Middle East, our dual country program students are the champion. You look at the L'Oreal, the sustainability challenge, our students are the champions. And there are numerous competitions that our students win, competing with students of other schools, which means that there is one student acceptance, they are making an impact in terms of what they are doing in the what they are, where they are competing with their peers in other institutions. And as far as the recruiter confidence goes, that is very high, which is reflected in the campus placements and also in the PPOs. So if I look at it, almost 30% of the batch has got PPOs. Okay, which means that when they go and for their internship, they are also performing pretty well. Okay, so I think that recruiter confidence, student acceptance, and alumni success and the faculty success are indicators. If I look at it, last year there were 41 uh, publications in A and A star journals by our faculty, with 2 FT50 journals and there were cases, around 12 cases in Ivy or Harvard impact publishing, which means that our faculty are making an impact which is accepted to the global academic community.
So that's a differentiation, you know, from other similar institutes.
We are what we are, okay, and the major thing, if I look at it, the difference part is that the peer learning and the campus, uh, which is a very lively campus, a very uh, committed and high quality faculty who are current both in terms of what is happening in the industry and also in terms of the publication in the top end academic journals or in terms of pedagogical research like or pedagogical tools like cases what they published or simulations that they have developed. Our faculty have been a Fulbright scholar last year, a fellow at Yale. We are doing a joint research with the United Nations on to find out how the SDGs are performing with respect to India and what interventions we need to do. So faculty and the students both have made an impact, okay, in terms of both learner success and the faculty success. And if I look at our alumni, they are also doing extremely well. I think that is what is important. And see, each institution is different. So there are aspirants who will choose us, and there will be faculty who will choose us, and there will be recruiters who will choose us.
So are there any measures to improve rankings and accreditations?
See, accreditations are what looks at how we are being aligned to what we stand for, which is our mission, okay, and whether we have the right strategy in place, right resources in place, right curriculum, right faculty, success of the learners, and the impact on the business and society. That way, the fact that we are globally accredited by AACSB is an immediate measure that we meet the standards. As far as ranking is concerned, each ranking has its different measure, yes. Okay, and I don't want to comment much on that because the most I would say the talked about ranking nowadays in India, okay, I find some of the best schools who are less than 20 ranks, okay. If I look at their FT rank, they are at the top, okay. If I look at it, their local rank, they will not be figuring at all. So rankings depend on what you measure and how you measure. But I think IMT Ghaziabad has done extremely well because our finance program is ranked number 66 in Financial Times, which is which shows or demonstrates that we meet certain standards which is at par with some of the top global institutions of the world.
But as far as India is concerned, any steps to enhance global visibility and partnerships?
The fact that we are now having partners in Europe, in places like Spain, France, Germany, okay, UK, and also in US, I think our visibility is reasonably there. But see, uh, institutional visibility is one part, but there has to be also country's visibility. I think that the India as an education brand is not so much recognized.
Not so far.
Not so far.
Yes.
And we have not done much to enhance the country branding when it comes to education. Okay. And since we are part of the overall country, as and when the overall country's branding goes up, our branding will also go up. But having said so, our faculty, our institution is reasonably well known within the academic community of the business schools. Because when it comes to the global rankings, there are two important feedback which comes. One is from the alumni and also from the peers or the faculty from other global institutions. So the fact that we are in making it means that there must be some degree of knownness.
Also the industry at large.
Yeah, that's where the alumni comes, the recruiter perception comes. So there is a degree of knownness, yes, but there is a scope to improve. But as I said, we are an institution which has been, I would say, strong on processes and strong on substance. See, right now education is also getting funded by venture capital fund, who has got bond money. Now we would never follow that path whereby we will be burning money to get visibility. Okay, our visibility is a function of the success of our alumni, success of our faculty, and the impact that our faculty and the alumni make on the community.
So how does IMT maintain and grow relationship with industry partners?
See, it is part of the, I would say, the being of IMT. Because IMT was started by Mr. Mahendranath, who was himself an industrialist. Okay, and industry practitioners to come both for courses as well as for engaging with the students for mentoring and also for recruitment, the internship, etc., etc. So to my mind, uh, that has continued. So A is the CEO series, we have got one. Then our alumni. Then there are all these events which happen. Okay, seminars, events, which are organized by the students as well as for the faculty. Then there's the internship, the projects, and uh, at the same time, we have a very strong executive development cell where we are also conducting management development programs for industry practitioners. So there's faculty engaging with the industry, students engaging with the industry. And that's how the industry relations have continuously maintained. And then, of course, there are so many of our students who are there as graduates and become an alumni who maintain continuously the deep association with our existing students and faculty.
So tell us something about the campus placements and what is driving the students in terms of the highest demand for IMT graduates.
See, the point is this, that the placement is an outcome of the kind of students who come in, that kind of curriculum that we have, the kind of faculty that we have, and the kind of the opportunities that we create for our students. And the students at the very beginning, okay, they after they come, they uh, go through an assessment center to understand what their strengths are. We have 9 competencies where on which each of the learners are assessed after they come in, and based on their strengths and their career aspirations, they find where the strength matches with the career aspirations they have. So, based on that, they decide what kind of uh, career they seek, and they create their own path in terms of working on their strength, working with their mentors, and selecting the courses which will prepare them for the career role that they are aspiring. And for the recruiters, it is easy because they can find out students who are particularly interested in that particular role, have the right competencies, are prepared for it. So 3 things become important from the recruiter's perspective. One is time to recruit comes down because the students have already made a selection. For example, our BFSI program, which means that the recruiters know that the students are actually interested in the BFSI sector. Okay. Then they also understand that they are looking at a role like in, say, in investment banking. Okay. So a recruiter, for them, the time to recruit becomes easy and time to deploy becomes easy. Okay. So we are actually making sure that the it's a seamless process. The students should get the right career opportunities, and for the recruiters, it is important to get the right career.
Right person.
Yeah.
So you'll be the right person to tell us what sector is driving the industry among students. What is the one that is of highest demand these days?
BFSI is in very high demand, no doubt. Consulting, FMCGs, uh, these things have remained constant. Because of the boom in the healthcare sector, the pharma is doing well. Okay, and of course, e-commerce, quick commerce, the GCCs, they have now evolved over the period of time, and I think the service sector, like uh, what earlier was, I would not say the hotel per se, but those who are uh, aggregating, okay, the creating the basically the platform companies, which some say e-commerce or like that, but they have also started attracting good talent.
So is there any way they can come back to you when they have career uncertainty in the evolving market? Because as I said, sometimes they get a very good job, the first job, then they are not too happy. They go to the second and third, then they come back. They want to come back to education again to learn or unlearn something. Is there any way you help them, such students?
So we have got programs for the alumni, and that is continuously there. Okay. So they can always come back, take an audit course.
This is happening in many universities.
Yeah.
Because
that's why I said talked about the ecosystem. The alumni, the industry partner, the faculty, the institution is part of the ecosystem.
Because their deliverables, their aspirations don't match their current.
So it's not just aspiration, it is about learning new skills. Okay. So I think the ecosystem that we create is going to be the biggest advantage. Okay, going forward, one of the key uh, objective will be to create a vibrant ecosystem.
Okay. So any partnership that you want to talk about with global universities as of now, which is in the offing?
We are looking at a consortium with 3 of the institutions, one in Germany, one in France, and one in Spain. Okay. I'm not going to take the name because it is getting formed up, but that will be for the purpose of executive education and also to create programs where our learners can learn. Maybe if it is a 120 credit course, 60 credits in India and 60 credits in our partner school abroad. Then idea is that you take one admission and can go anywhere you want to, any destination you want to. That's how we are going to create a consortium. Okay. I think that is what something which will be probably be formed up as a New Year gift.
So that is as far as students are concerned, as far as faculty is concerned. But every institute is known by the research it conducts. So any strategy to boost research output and academic publications?
I said that the faculty development is one of our key agenda, and our faculty is, if you compare, we are very research active.
Okay.
Okay. So we have around 41 A or A star category publications by our faculty, 2 FT50 publications.
So they encourage to contribute beyond their teaching.
No, that is part of their role. Part of their role. Yeah. So ours, faculty can work on a portfolio. They can go up to 60% research, 30% teaching. They can also create a portfolio of 40% teaching, 40%
balance
research.
Teaching loads with research oriented.
So if somebody, it's for the faculty to decide what they want to do, how they want to create a portfolio for themselves. Of course, our primary job is, to make our learner success. See, there's a difference between Indian institutions and the institutions abroad. Okay. Institutions, see, you have to understand the financial model. The financial model of the institutions abroad is based on endowment. Okay. The financial model of the institutions in India is based on the fees that we receive from our learners, whether it is the executive participants, whether it is the PGP participants. Okay, which means that who is funding us? Our funding is coming from the students. So our responsibility lies with the students. So hence, teaching primary with research to support the teaching and to maintain currency. If you look at the institutions abroad, which sits on billions of dollars of endowment fund, the primary responsibility of the faculty is like research, and teaching is taken almost as an add-on. If you look at a July Poets and Quants article, there was a very interesting article on Stanford Business School, and the heading I think was, if I remember correctly, that we are not learning anything. The students of Stanford Business School is saying that. Okay. Why? Because the teachers think that it's a secondary one. And according to the Stanford students, if I remember correctly, they said that their curriculum never changed from 2010. Okay. And the rating, the student rating dropped to 2.9. Now tell me, will you buy anything from Amazon if the rating is 2.9 on a 5-point scale? Answer is no. This year, there are 426 students graduated from Stanford. This year, I'm talking about the current year. 60, I think, out of that, some maybe 70% opted for placements. Okay. And out of that, 66% got placed at the time of graduation. Okay. Now, this is, I'm talking about Stanford, which is the top school. Okay. Primarily, the focus there of the faculty, it appears, is on research because funding is through endowment. Okay. Our case, people assume that if I come there by the time of graduation, I should get a good career opportunity because funding is there by the students and the parents here are the very important stakeholder. Right. Okay. So there's a difference. And given that our faculty has top-end international publications, speaks volumes of our commitment to recruiting the right faculty, creating an enabling environment for the faculty to create a portfolio, to contribute both to teaching, research, and
also entrepreneurial leadership.
Yes,
because that you need to foster that as well. As
absolutely. So I think that way our faculty has been in sync with the global standards in terms of the publication goes.
What is about IMT Ghaziabad that you think people should know more about? That probably they don't know still. Because there are a plethora of institutions everywhere.
I think people should know that we stand for the success of our learners. Okay, we are committed as a group, our faculty, our professional staff, and our board are committed towards learner success. And we are committed to making each learner learn. Now, we know how much scholarship we gave last year to our students, 16.8 crores. Okay. 5 crores is most of the top IIMs. Okay. Which means that girls, we have given 25% scholarship. Those who are with merit, of course, with certain academic criteria also we made parallelly, 30% scholarship. People who are economically challenged, we give them free ship. Our top 50 students, based on our CGPA, we have given them a complete immersion in Dubai, air, stay, food, everything taken care of. The way we support our learners, okay, we have taken our students to Bombay, to NISM, to learn finance from practitioners. We have created a Bombay office so that our students get exposed to the commercial capital. So we are heavily invested in terms of making our learners a success. We have heavily invested to develop our faculty. And this commitment toward learner success and faculty development, at least I have not seen and I am not aware of in any other institution. So I think whether people know or not, I don't know. We do things.
Has it been publicized?
Huh?
Has it been publicized?
See, today it is so much of publicity. People do, of their own. Okay, we would like people to know organically. We don't. We are a conventional institution. Okay, and you see, if somebody, and you were talked about Master Mosai. Okay, see, if somebody is a good teacher, no, students find them. A good teacher need not go to the student. The student has to. Student also finds a good teacher. Okay, teacher looks for a good student. That's why we are doing an admission process. And the student also need to find out a good teacher. Okay, and because they have to make out the difference between noise and substance. And I am pretty confident that our younger generation knows the difference between what is noise and what is substance.